Alright, what is going on YouTube? Today we're actually going to be doing my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 review. I'm gonna review the campaign while I'm playing some campaign missions for you guys, and then I'm gonna do a multiplayer review and put some multiplayer stuff in the background while I'm doing it. But I'm gonna try to do it all live, like I am right here with you guys. I'm just gonna start off. The campaign is not as bad as people are making it seem. Is it the greatest Call of Duty campaign? No. Is it the worst Call of Duty campaign? Not even by a long shot. It's just very short. And you can't really put the blame on Sledgehammer too much. When your boss tells you to do something, you do it. And if you work, you know that's true. Sledgehammer's boss is Activision. Activision came in last minute and told them this is going to be a full-fledged game instead of a DLC. Now, as a DLC, I think this shit is absolutely incredible. As a standalone title, I don't think it's that good, but that's just because of, the rushed development cycle that they were already in, and that's not necessarily their fault that they got put in a rushed development cycle. Now, I don't want to make it seem like, I'm letting them off easy.
All right, General. What have you got?
A bunch of the things that we had asked for
aims to finish what he started in
should have been put into Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2. It shouldn't have taken this. It shouldn't have been a full game, basically, of an update. Now,
if he follows the playbook,
I think the gameplay mechanics in this are amazing. Aside from like some of the dumb shit the AI do, I think the gunplay and everything in this game is absolutely amazing. I think the linear missions, not the open combat ones, but the more like route-based missions, you have your objective, they take you through and you don't really get to explore too much. I think those missions are beautiful. The Flashpoint mission, that flashback mission is probably my favorite mission in the entire game. That is absolutely amazing.
You're damn right I do.
Frozen Tundra isn't really that bad. A lot of the linear missions, Operation 627, the intro mission, the linear missions are awesome.
Don't get compromised.
The open combat missions felt like a good idea, but terrible execution. I think the execution on these open combat missions could have been a lot better. Now, it gives the campaign a lot more replayability. You go in, unlock a bunch of guns, you go back, replay the campaign on realism mode, and now you get to set up your kit before you even go in and get busy. I think that's dope. I think that adds a whole nother level of replayability to the game that wasn't there before. But at the same time, it just felt like DMZ without people. And I think they need to, if they do it again, I think they need to add a little bit more linear quest line, or however you want to say it. I think they need to have more of that. Like, yeah, it's open combat, you can go around, but even if it's like having something as small as having Price and Soap actually on the ground with you and you can tell them who to take out or something like that, I think would drastically change the way that people are looking at the game and feeling about the game. Campaign was short, probably one of the shortest Call of Duties I've ever played. I don't think my issue is necessarily like, it's 3 hours. Don't get me wrong, is there Call of Duties that have like 4-hour, 5-hour campaigns or whatever? Yeah, absolutely. This is not the first Call of Duty to have a short campaign, but you can really, really feel how short it is. You can feel the gap in between missions. Like, it makes sense that Makarov would hunt Shepard. Don't get me wrong. I feel like that makes sense 100,000%. What doesn't make sense is, when did Makarov go after Shepard? Why was there no mission in between Frozen Tundra and the one you were just doing to like show you, hey, we tried to attack Makarov, or even something in a cutscene that says, hey, Makarov is hunting you guys down, or something like that. I think a lot of story elements were missed. It doesn't necessarily mean like, oh yeah, it's the worst thing ever, but you can definitely feel that there were some story elements that were missed. I don't think it's the most terrible game on the planet. I really don't. I don't think it's the best Call of Duty, but I don't think it's fair some of the hate that this game is getting. And I don't think it's fair some of the hate that, Sledgehammer is getting. I think guys got to give Sledgehammer a little break. I'm not saying that like, hey, it's fine that, you just drop dog shit games, but at the same time, let's be honest, what could they what could they have really done? You know?
Ghost, be advised, Shadow airdrop supplies
And
for you, but sniper down.
it's kind of sad that Sledgehammer's catching all this flack. Now, don't get me wrong. I know they wanted to make Advanced Warfare 2, and I know that a lot of people were not hot on that idea.
Put a fork in that one.
I'm kind of torn on the Advanced Warfare games. I know this isn't a review for them, but Advanced Warfare, it was fun, but it wasn't what people wanted at the time from Call of Duty. Now I feel like people might be open for, you know, more of a change to Call of Duty after some of the stuff we've been getting. I think you can set up a lot with this game. I hope that if they do sequels and whatnot, I hope, or if they do the spin-off territory, I just hope they do it right. I think Sledgehammer has the ability to develop incredible games. If I'm not mistaken, they did the World War II game, and that shit played like a movie. It felt like a movie. It looked like a movie. It was damn near a movie. It was amazing. They had some elements in that game that they've taken from that game and put in newer Call of Duties, you know? So it's not like Sledgehammer's the worst ones out there, you know? Definitely, they could have put a little bit more into this. I don't think they gave it their all for this DLC just because they wanted to make Advanced Warfare 2 and then got told last minute that, you know, they're not going to make they're not going to be making Advanced Warfare 2 and they're just going to be doing DLC. And then, you know, after you get told you're making a DLC, then last minute you get told that no, you actually have to make a full game now instead of just a DLC. I can see how, you know, that's a little bit like crushing, you know? You got to give it to them. Listen, in the amount of short time they had to make this shit work, I think they made it work with the short development time. That's not an excuse to, you know, put out something that's not done. I think at some point you say, hey boss, this shit is not done and we need to work on this a little more before we just, you know, go put something out.
Clean kill.
But you can't place all the blame on Sledgehammer.
Let's step it up, Ghost. They blow these charges, we're in trouble.
I'm saying a lot, huh? I do like, what's it called? I'm trying to find the right word for it. I like the replayability of these open combat missions because when you first start this mission off, originally, you have a gun that's loud. You don't have a suppressed weapon that you can use. Your gun is loud. And I think it's dope that, you know, you can go back, replay it, and use a silenced weapon. I think the multiplayer for this game is definitely a return to form. I think it's some of the best multiplayer we've had in a really long time.
Target down.
Even the gunplay. I think the guns and the weapon attachments and everything. I think they did their thing with this. I just think if they had more time to, you know, execute it instead of
07, good hit.
being under the impression that they were doing a DLC, if they would have had more time to, you know, turn it into a full-fledged game, I think this could have arguably been one of the best Call of Duties we've ever gotten.
For explosives.
And it sucks that, you know, they weren't given all the time necessary to make a great game. But you can only make excuses for so long, you know?
Disarming.
I think it's a letdown not having Spec Ops, even though this was supposed to be a DLC. I think that Spec Ops should have been a part of that DLC.
We've got a problem up here.
You know, I feel like Spec Ops is a staple of the Modern Warfare series. I like the zombies and whatnot, and you know, when I have some zombies gameplay up, I'll do a more in-depth review of some of the zombie stuff. I like that they didn't necessarily. I thought they were gonna, you know, lean very hard into we're gonna make this Black Ops Zombies, and they didn't. It feels like Modern Warfare just with some zombies, and you know, I don't have too much of a problem with that. It's not like, oh my god, this is fucking terrible. It's like, you know what? They actually they did their thing. They did their thing on here, and the perks, I think Stamina Up, probably the weakest version of Stamina Up we've ever had.
Charges, clock ticking.
If I'm being honest with you. But you know what? It's not supposed to be Black Ops. It doesn't play like Black Ops. It doesn't feel like Cold War zombies. It feels like what we were supposed to get from Modern Warfare zombies. You know, I can dig that. I can dig that for sure. Like, you see, I think this is dope. There's stuff in this mission that I still haven't even discovered yet. There's so much stuff in this mission I haven't even got to touch yet. You guys are gonna see me discover some things in this video that I never discovered before. I think I'm definitely gonna go back and do a realism walkthrough for you guys, for sure. I want to see how this plays on realism. I think that this has aspects of the campaign that are better than Modern Warfare 2, but at the same time,
we're literally chasing the T-07. Keep pushing. Take them out fast.
But at the same time, it's like, as a whole, it's not better than Modern Warfare 2. And I don't think Modern Warfare 2 was the greatest COD either. I don't think it was the worst COD.
Tony's not in a truck to the east.
I think Modern Warfare 2019 is the best of the reboot series so far. But I think they can also improve. I think they took a lot of Modern Warfare 2019 things and Modern Warfare 2 things and took all the feedback and then put it into this, which is why the gameplay is smooth, and so it's why some things are just very smooth, you know? Now, I'm going to cut really quick on the video, and we're going to jump into multiplayer review, but I definitely think this campaign gets a lot of unwarranted hate. Yes, it's short. 100%. I won't argue that. Is there some story beats that don't make sense because it feels like there was a shortened development time? 100%. But is that because the devs did it on purpose, or because their bosses fucked them at the last minute? It's because their bosses fucked them at the last minute. So I'm not as angry as I would be if it was like, fuck it, we had the same kind of time we had to work on Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2, and this is what you give us? No, you had less than half that time to work on that. You had a year to work on that, and you gave us a working product. So I can commend them for that. You know, for the things that they tried, we gotta give them props for trying open combat missions and trying new things. Maybe the execution was terrible. I won't deny that. But I think them giving this campaign a 4, IGN giving this campaign a 4, I think that was some bullshit. Alright, is this campaign a 10 out of 10? No. I'd probably give it a 6. Maybe a 7. Maybe a 7. But I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Just because of the shortened development cycle and the fact that you can feel that. You know, but they also tried something different, and I appreciated that, you know? So let's just jump into the multiplayer review stuff. You know, like I said when I was doing the campaign review part of the video, I think the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer is definitely a return to form. 100,000%. I think this is the best multiplayer we've gotten in a very long time, in a very, very long time. I like that, you know, like I said, Sledgehammer has inspired a lot of game modes and a lot of quality of life features. You know, grabbing ammo off your guy and whatnot. If I'm not mistaken, we didn't see that in Call of Duty until the World War II game that Sledgehammer made. This war mode, that's from Call of Duty World War II. They took that, expanded upon it, and made it even better. And you guys will see during this multiplayer review. You know, it's like three different things. Capture AA sites, escort the armor, upload the overrides, like it says right there. I think that's beautiful. I think that's perfect. That's what we needed in Call of Duty. You know, I think they need to kind of fix the fact that every goddamn match you jump into is already like going. It's hard to get the matches before they start. But I can go on this, aside from the skill-based matchmaking, I can go on this and genuinely have a good time. I can go on this and casually drop a 30 bomb. I dropped 60 in my second game on. And I don't play Call of Duty like that. You know, I feel like it's a lot more accessible for people that don't play Call of Duty, or don't sweat Call of Duty, or play it every day. Oh man, you got me. I'm definitely digging the new weapons. I'll show you guys my favorite class right now. It's this actual starter class right here. I think I believe this is the spear. I forgot. I'm pretty sure this is the rifle that just got put into new service. Oh man, my aim is trash. But see, an older Call of Duties, man, I feel like this wasn't. It was really about
Changing mags.
connection, not even necessarily connection speed, but like you didn't have the greatest Wi-Fi or whatever. You could not hop on some of these older
Stun grenade out.
and have a good time. And this is a lot less sweatier than Modern Warfare 2 for sure. The skill-based matchmaking is still an issue that I feel like needs to be turned down. For sure, 100%. Oh, I was about to say, if I kill him, he's trash. But I don't think skill-based matchmaking is necessarily as big as an issue as it used to be. I know some people are saying it's cranked up or whatever, but I don't really feel that when I play. I just think that the average skill of your average COD player has really went up. I think they've made the game a lot easier and a lot more accessible to newer players.
Dusted.
And I think that might also play a problem in, you know, skill gap. Not everything is skill gap. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, everything is skill gap.
Reloading.
You have to be mad sweaty. I prefer not having to jump on and sweat, you know? Oh man, I also prefer to hit my shots, goddamn.
Get to cover! Wasted that one.
But I feel like it's definitely easier to jump on here and have a good time and jump on here and get a bunch of kills. Like, I get a fuck ton of kills per match, man. It's been a long time since I had, like, you know, average just a regular 1.0 KD ratio. I fucking suck at Call of Duty. So the fact that I can jump on here, go ham, and have a good time, it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, not this time, you bastard.
This is also part of the reason why I'm doing live commentary on this. So I can point things out as they're happening. And, you know, you guys can kind of just see firsthand, like, okay, this is what it plays like, this is what it feels like. I'm not the nicest at this game. I just think, you know, the people that we're playing against right now absolutely fucking suck. And does it suck sometimes when you get put on a trash-ass team and you're on a win streak or you start losing and whatnot? Absolutely, it's terrible. But, you know, part of that shit is situational awareness. You know, if dude would have been looking over to his fucking left, dude saw me in the window, you know? And it's not like, I think this is what, 6v6? Yeah, 6v6. I came into this game late and I'm going crazy. I definitely think this is one of the coolest modes that they've expanded upon.
Changing mags.
They got things in here where you can play C4 on the wall, blow through the wall. I think the gunplay is some of the best gunplay we've ever gotten in Call of Duty. I'm going to be 100% honest with you on that. I think this is some of the best gunplay we will probably ever get on Call of Duty. They really listened about the gunplay, slide canceling, and all that shit's back. I think a lot of people just need reasons to complain, or they just need reasons to be angry. The game is not as bad as people are making it seem. It's not the worst Call of Duty. It just sucks that it feels like it would have been a great DLC, but it's just not a great standalone title. And yeah, the devs are partially to blame, but at the same time, the devs were under the impression that, you know, this was supposed to be a DLC, not a full-fledged title. So it's why it functions well as a DLC and not as a full-fledged title. Now, little things like trophies and platinum trophies, this shit should have a platinum trophy, regardless. You know, I don't think that's too hard to put into the game.
Reloading.
Hey, get a platinum trophy. Complete the campaign or grab everything from the campaign. I feel like that's not that hard of an ask. I don't feel like we're asking too much when we ask for that. But
get to cover.
You know, what can we do about it at this point? I think some of the guns, like the Riveter, I'm pretty sure this was John Wick used the shotgun. If I'm not mistaken, this is the shotgun he had the Dragon's Breath rounds in and shit. And that's sick, yo. That's sick. I'm pretty sure the
Changing mags.
a bunch of the Modern Warfare 2. You guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, not every single Modern Warfare 2 weapon and attachment transferred over, but a lot of them did. And you know what? That's dope. We gotta give them props for that. You jump in here with your already customized M4 and whatnot, so you're not struggling without a create a class weapon and shit.
Grenade!
While you're trying to get attachments on your other guns. I like what they did with the vests and the boots and the helmet. I think that was a cool addition. I thought at first I was like, what are they doing? This is gonna be trash. But the way they implemented it, I think is amazing. You got the overkill vest and the sneaky shoes, so you got dead silence on your shoes and shit. I think that was a welcome addition. I think lobby sizes should be increased a little bit. I think they've been having a couple issues with the lag. I don't think COD HQ was the right thing to do. Now you have everything. You have so much stuff leaking for the next Call of Duty and whatnot, and it's just hard to go on YouTube without seeing leaks and all that. People putting thumbnails. Hey, listen, if you're one of those YouTubers and you watch this and you fucking put soap dying as your thumbnail, I fucking hate you. I don't like shit like that. You ruin it for everyone else. I just don't think I think COD HQ is a great idea, but like Modern Warfare 3, I think it was a great idea with terrible execution. 100%. I think the execution on that could have been
Reloading.
a million times better.
Grenade out!
But I also feel like that's part of the reason why it lags so well.
Sorted that one.
Since they did the whole COD HQ update, I've been dealing with lots and lots of lag. I know sometimes it's when I'm uploading videos till I'll lag, but like even then, there's a lot of times where it's like I load into a lobby and everything's hitting late. Everything isn't hitting when it's supposed to, and I gotta put a whole mag into somebody, duck behind a wall, and then it pops up after I'm ducked behind the wall.
Changing mags.
Oh, he got me. I think the TTK is honestly fine. I've seen a lot of people bitching about the TTK. I think, me personally, I think the TTK is fine. I hit my shots. When I do hit my shots, I drop them.
The missiles are reprogrammed to self-destruct. Great work.
I think I'm a fan of all the guns they've thrown in here. I honestly am. I do like the whole Modern Warfare Zombies piece to it. I didn't think I was gonna like Modern Warfare Zombies. I like it. It's not, yeah, they took reused zombies or whatever, but it's Treyarch that was making the zombies, so it wasn't necessarily it wasn't Sledgehammer ripping off Treyarch. It's Treyarch literally having control of the zombie story, and that's why there's Treyarch zombies in there. Which I'm not really sure how I feel yet about everything being connected. Having a whole connected universe, everything's got to be connected. I think if they execute it right, it could be really dope, but they could also really fuck things up if they execute it wrong.
Changing mags!
And it's not hard to execute wrong. It's not at all.
They are taking Alpha.
I just hope that like events in Black Ops start to show in the Modern Warfare games at least. Like, you know what, this happened in Cold War, which makes sense for why the government is the way it is in the new game or something like that, I don't agree at all with the zombie story being completely connected. Wow, he fucked me up. I don't agree at all, not even in the slightest, with zombies being connected to regular campaign and everything.
Effective fire!
I will say it like I always said it. I think that shit is so stupid because now you're very limited to what you can do. If zombies take over the world and shit goes crazy, how do you deal with that in the campaign? And sometimes they just don't deal with it in the campaign, and it's like, you can't just ignore shit like that that's happening. How zombies never been mentioned one single time in the campaign other than in Cold War, but they're in the same universe. Like Modern Warfare Zombies, cool, it's cool, but it doesn't make any sense to me how you know, Soap has known about zombies and all that shit.
I'm reloading.
Never mentioned them once. You know,
Switching mags.
I think if you were gonna do it like that, I think they definitely should use another character. Spoiler alert, really quick. If you haven't watched my campaign walkthrough, I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds while I'm talking to skip like 20 seconds past this. Skip 20 to 30 seconds past this. I don't skip right now because I'm about to drop the spoiler. I don't understand how they're gonna use Soap and zombies after they kill them all in the campaign. It just feels like a little bit of a cash grab, you know? Like, what the fuck? At the same time, you know, is it that big a deal? No, it's not that big a deal, but it's still like a what the fuck moment, you know? And
watch your fire, goddammit!
I don't think people should necessarily gobble up everything that they're giving us. I think we should definitely call them out on shit like that. I think, you know, getting the updates and getting this game working properly, so it's not we're not dealing with all this crazy lag and we're not dealing with all this crazy nonsense. I think that is really important.
Throwing a frag!
Guys are Activision's what, a fucking $1 billion studio? They have no reason for shit to be dropping as a convoluted mess sometimes the way it is. Absolutely no excuse for it. Not when you have hundreds of developers and you have people making insane indie titles with only two devs and they're bigger than this game and they run smoothly. You know, I don't think there's an excuse for shit like that in the slightest.
Get lit up! Woo! Close!
Also, you know, if you guys like multiplayer footage and you like seeing me go ham on multiplayer, just let me know in the comments below if you want to see more multiplayer footage. I've got my 60 bomb recorded. I have some multiplayer footage already pre-recorded and ready to get dropped. So if you guys like the multiplayer footage or you guys just like multiplayer and you want to see a little bit more, I can definitely do that for sure. There's definitely some sweats. I might look like I'm playing like a sweat right now. I don't think I look like a sweat. I'm not fucking jumping around corners, slide canceling, and whatnot as I jump around a corner. That's hilarious. I don't think I necessarily sweat at this game. I think it's much more accessible for newer players now and OG players. And I just think that, you know, you don't need an insane amount of skill to get on this game and have a fun time. One of my favorite things I'm about to show you guys right now, this shit. Oh my god, I love this. When you're going through rooms, CQB, and you just need to get a lot of shots downrange, and you need to get them downrange fast, I think this is perfect. Oh man, oh man!
Target down!
He almost fucked me up. I definitely think that they need to make this a ranked game mode. I don't know if I'm gonna get into ranked on this, but I think this should definitely be a ranked game mode. This would be sick. I do like how, you know, this war mode, it's got a couple of OG maps moved into it. You know, they put them together, and I think that's sick. I think the fact that you can that you can hold the tank and, you know, stop the tank and make it backtrack is sick. You can get somebody on the gun in the tank. I think that's sick. You know, there's a lot of little quality of life features about this game and this multiplayer that I like.
Fire!
And you thought I was giving my daughter a bottle. That's so wrong. I do miss the community for the COD. COD used to be a very community-based game. Even though the community at times was shit, it was still a very community-based game. I can't get back into the lobby with, you know, the same group I just went ham with, and I think that's something that needs to be fixed. It's, you know, matchmaking back in the day. I think every COD fan can admit if you're a fan of the game or not. I think every single COD person can admit that, you know, matchmaking back in the day was something different. I've got friends that I met on Call of Duty 10 plus years ago that I'm still friends with today. You know, I think they need to kind of lean back into that aspect of the game a little more. And I'm not saying like, hey, Call of Duty should be about making friends. No, not necessarily. But it doesn't change the fact that, you know, you can make some real lifelong friends and things over the video game. I run a Milsim unit. I've been playing with these guys now
Don't
for
let them come closer.
around 3 years. And we got each other's phone numbers, we know each other's kids and whatnot. Like, a buddy of mine from my Milsim unit came to my baby shower for my daughter. Like, it's kind of insane what you can do with video games, how video games can bring an entire community of people together.
Stop the enemy
You
from
know, I
escorting
think
their
that's
tank.
one thing that a lot of folks can agree on for sure is like, you know, the people jump on to get away.
Yeah,
People jump on to
good.
get away. And I think if COD wants to do something a little more realistic, or, you know, I think your realism should stay in the campaign instead of being
Don't let
in the
them come
multiplayer.
closer.
I think they should leave realism to the campaign. I think if you're looking for realism in a game, I think you need a game like Arma or Squad or something like that. It's very hard to do realism in Call of Duty when Call of Duty wasn't a game based on realism to begin with. You know, over the top, wild action sequences and crazy campaign moments and everything. That's how I remember COD. You know, did it have a serious tone to it? Absolutely. And I don't think there's anything wrong with a serious tone. But I think there's something wrong with a serious tone if you can't have any fun at all.
Punch him back! Grenade!
And, you know, recently,
I'm with you.
I feel like Call of Duty's been going through that, you know, can't have a serious, can't
Taking
have
fire!
any fun sometimes, or sometimes it's too
Grenade!
serious, and, you know, that's, I get it. The whole, you know,
I'm
trying
reloading.
to realism things up, because you got games like Ghost Recon and whatnot, but at the same time, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know, multiplayer was broke, and they fixed it. Campaign wasn't necessarily broke, but they tried to fix it. I will tell you what though, I appreciate some of the new features that they've gone to lengths to put in. Even if everybody else doesn't like them, doesn't appreciate them, I can at least appreciate them trying. They know that we wanted something different, they tried to give us something different, it didn't work.
Need
Medical!
And did it suck
to
that
go.
it didn't work? For sure, but like, do we just sit here and brag
subjects
on everything
incoming!
bad and, you know, try to act like there's not a single good thing about this game? Absolutely not. I'll give the multiplayer...
Grenade! Get back!
I thought that was a person. I'll give the multiplayer like a solid 8 out of 10, man. I think the multiplayer is amazing on this. I'll give the multiplayer a solid 8 out of 10. Maybe even a 9 out of 10.
Changing
whoa,
back!
excuse my terrible name, holy shit. They still got his
Thermite
ass up.
incoming!
I think they need to add more maps to the war mode. I think it sucks that there's only just one map for war mode, but I can totally see a bunch of stuff coming to it in the future. Now, I feel like that'll be the real, you know, test for this game is, in the future, how much content are you going to add? Are you going to give us Spec Ops? Are you completely abandoning Spec Ops? Or what's going on with the future, you know? How many more maps are we going to get per DLC? I think giving us one map and being like, oh, look it, we gave you guys a map, I think that's bullshit. Even if cost is the issue, and you have to go back to doing a season pass or whatever the fuck ever it is, and giving us 4 maps every DLC, then fine. But I don't think they have an excuse sometimes for some of these DLCs, or, hey, we're gonna add hardcore mode late or shit like that. Listen, if it was on launch content and every other Call of Duty, it should be in this. And I think maybe we should go back to a return to form DLCs if we need to. If it's not working, you know?
I'm getting let off!
And it's like,
Shit!
we should be getting 4 new maps per DLC. Or per season, or whatever the hell it is you want to call it.
Loading the mag!
Even if that means you only do 4 seasons and they're spread out far apart.
Stun incoming!
For me personally, there's no excuse for, you know, some of the lack of things that they've been lacking on. And updates and things like that. For me personally, there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse, not even in the slightest. There's no excuse for it.
Switch your back!
I think it's like game chat is weird nowadays, you know? Don't get me wrong, but people way way more out of pocket back in the day. And game chat and whatnot, 100%. But even nowadays, game chat and everything, just it isn't the same. That community feel is not where it used to be. You know, that sucks.
Stun grenade! Loading the mag!
That definitely sucks. You can feel the loss of community. But I also feel like part of that is Activision's fault for not listening to the community. I think they have a duty. As us as consumers, we have the right to sit there and say, hey, we don't like this, do this better. Especially if you're making the product for us. But at the same time, I don't think we have the right to be as nitpicky as something as, oh, my guy holds his gun, my guy's hand is on his gun an inch too close. Or, like, listen, Call of Duty's supposed to be fun. I get it. They're trying to add some realism or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like we also need to understand where Call of Duty comes from and Call of Duty's identity. I feel like Call of Duty has been having an identity crisis recently. And it's like, listen, just be the fun game you've always been. There's nothing wrong with having fun. You know, I think there's something wrong with jumping on a game and being like, oh, I gotta go to work today. You know, like, I don't want to jump on a game and feel like I have something to work. I want to jump on a game and have a blast.
God damn!
Like, I'm going insane this game right now, and I'm having a blast doing it. Like, I'm just sitting here talking to you guys, and, you know, yeah, I died a couple times here and there, whatever the fuck ever. But I'm just having a little casual play session, you know? It's not like I'm going try hard and don't get me wrong, a lot of this is people like moving like idiots and whatnot, but it feels good to jump on and not have to sweat. I can just jump on, drop some kills, and have a good time. Like, fuck it. I think the ACR and the Boss B, or whatever the fuck this gun is called, I think these are some of the best guns in the game. ACR is incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible. The preset classes? Preset classes were amazing. I love the preset classes. Oh yeah, we lost. You know, yeah, overall, I'll give this multiplayer 8 out of 10. I don't think I'm gonna give it a 7, because I have way too much fun on this multiplayer. Way more fun than I had in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022, and definitely more fun than I had in Modern Warfare 2019. And Modern Warfare 2019 is my favorite of the three. You know, but I love this multiplayer. I can't get over the multiplayer on this. Multiplayer is amazing on this. You know, I don't know why it sees certain little glitches like kills not showing up. You guys just saw me go ham that match. You guys could probably count the amount of kills I had. I just went ham. It sucks that, you know, little glitches like this can happen, but I can overlook that, especially when the gameplay is rewarding and the gameplay feels good. So overall, I will give multiplayer 8 out of 10. I'll give campaign a 6. I'll give campaign a 6 out of 10. And the zombies mode, I give the zombies mode like a 7, 8 out of 10. Overall, I'll give the entire game like a 7. I'll give the entire game like a 7 out of 10. But what's really going to be the test is what they do in the long run. You know, what gets added, what doesn't get added, and all that. But I appreciate everyone who's watching. I appreciate everyone who's supporting the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.